Hi everyone. So, as promised in an earlier video, here are my 5 costume suggestions. These are specifically geared towards women and girls, but it can be unisex, and I'm happy to make another one geared more towards guys. Let's get into it, shall we? A quick disclaimer, or not really a disclaimer, more of just if you don't have time to hit up Party City, or you don't have the money to try to order something online, a lot of these things can be found in thrift shops, in your own closet. You can get creative, or you can borrow friends' gear. Like, some of my best costumes were 90% either borrowed clothes or clothes made on the spot, or things just put together at the last second. So if Party City or equivalents are not your budget, that's totally manageable. So first off, no matter what your age is, you are allowed to be a fairy princess or a fairy queen. So that means it's very easy to make a tulle skirt. Like, seriously, all you need is some ribbons of tulle and then just some time to weave it all together, and you have yourself a tulle skirt. And then all you need for the wings part would be probably some either bendable hangers, or you could be a fancy queen in general who doesn't even need fairy wings. Another simple costume is to be a magician or a wizard. In the case of a magician, all you really need is a top hat and maybe a cane, maybe if you feel like it. And probably, I personally would feel like it's only proper if you have an awesome cape. In the words of Edna, no capes, that's okay. But I personally think there's nothing better than just an awesome cape to just prance around in and frolic in a meadow. Sorry, my water bottle's giving me problems today, apparently. One thing I forgot to add is that if you wanted to be a wizard, which I love and have been more than once, you don't necessarily need to have the long hat, but it's always cool. Where's mine? Hold on, there it is. You can, of course, make your own. You don't need to have one of these, and it doesn't have to be, I made this. It can be paper, it can be cloth, it can be anything you want it to be. And honestly, the great thing about wizards and magicians, but wizards especially, is whatever makes you feel like you're a wizard, go for it. If that's a staff, if that's a wand, if that's long robes, anyone can be a wizard or a witch or a magician, and it's just awesome. Another classic suggestion that can be turned very creative very fast is to be a goddess of some kind. You can go Greek, and if you wanted to spruce it up a little bit, look into Greek goddesses or gods if you want to gender bend this, and find one that really speaks to you, one that seems really cool. Let's see. So there's, of course, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, war, strategy, all that stuff. But I believe there is also, well, Nike is the goddess of victory. I'm going to butcher her name. Hygienia is the goddess of cleanliness. So it's chances are, if there's something you like, such as music or cleanliness, chances are there's a god or a goddess attached to that. And just because it's supposed to be that Zeus is a guy, in this day and age, Zeus can be a girl. It would make the stories a little bit more interesting if he were a woman. But for Halloween, anything goes. Now, if you're
mythology is pretty cool, but not quite my thing.
Or,
I like fairy princesses, but they're little heads in the clouds for me.
That's fine. You can always go as a fictional character. I dressed up as Hercule Poirot last year. I'm butchering the French, sorry in advance. Not in advance, actually. I've done Nancy Drew in the past. It's very easy if you just grabbed a magnifying glass, a kind of schoolgirl, high schooly outfit. You could call yourself Nancy Drew. You could grab an orange sweater from the thrift shop and an orange skirt. Call yourself Velma. And the great thing is that a lot of fictional characters, yes, they might be described as white, but it's not a guarantee. And in this day and age, just like anyone can be a god or a goddess, anyone can be a fictional character. It doesn't matter your age, your gender, any of that, your skin tone. You do you, and just have fun with this. Pick someone that inspires you if you go down the fictional character route. Pick someone that you're jazzed to dress up as them for a night. And then if they have no signature outfit, pick one of their accessories, or just imagine what they would dress up as. And then you get to wow people even more so, because then they'll be like, who are you? Now, if you want to go the classic route of like witch, vampire, all that stuff, if you wanted to add a little bit more to it, all you have to do is just change it slightly. So for me last year, I was a biker witch, which meant I had a witch's hat, but I also had a pleather jacket, and I was also like just rocking the, it was less about Wingardium Leviosa and more of just intimidating stares. And if you wanted to, it could be like, you could go as a vampire who's on vacation to take inspiration from Hotel Transylvania 3. You can take anything, like you could be like a werewolf. I wouldn't say a Werewolf-Vulcan really works, because I don't know how that would actually work. What would happen if a Vulcan got bitten by a werewolf? What would that do to their systems? We have a new fantasy sci-fi novel now in our midst, if only I had the capacity to write it. So if you're not really interested in fiction, books-wise at least, and you're not really a fan of classics, I would say to consider going as one of your favorite TV or movie characters. It can literally be anyone, if you'd like. You could have pointed ears and you could have pointed ears and wear a normal outfit and just have pointed eyebrows, and you can be Mr. Spock in disguise. Or you could throw a purple scarf over whatever you're wearing and black coat and have like a deerstalker like tossed or in your pocket, like not wearing it, just in your pocket or something, and you could be Sherlock trying to avoid his fans. I mean, honestly, that one, I might have to consider that. I already have my plan, but I also plan to be dressing up for every day of Halloween. Except it'll be Wednesday to Wednesday instead of past the 31st. So, if you liked those suggestions, feel free to ask for more. I actually have done many. I've done historical figures, I've done fictional characters, I was Mickey Mouse one time, I did a whole thing where I was Elsa, but like instead of like fabric, I used paper and foam and all sorts of things to make her outfit, and it was actually really fun. So I think about these all the time. I'm like, what should I do for this year? What should I do for next year? And it's like 3 years ago. But in any case, if you liked this, feel free to give a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or comments, or if you want me to make another video about this sort of topic, if you want me to give suggestions for any particular situation, I'm happy to do so. And feel free to check out my channel. There's still more Halloween stuff coming right your way. I hope you have a great day, and as always, stay awesome.